What are some good adjustments to set to maximize a zone blitz?
So a zone blitz basically means any play that is going to send pressure but then drop alignment in another area. So a zone blitz, you're looking to confuse the offensive line. You know, you stack some guys up there. Maybe you send it from the right but then drop a buzz zone, which is a purple zone, off this side. That can kind of confuse your opponent as to the pressure that you're getting. So we'll take a look here at a good zone blitz on the Xbox, and we'll show you kind of what some things you can do before the snap happens to maximize your zone blitz. So what I would say is you want to go with a play like maybe if it's like dime, probably have Firefox 3 here. Let's see.
I don't think you want to go with that one, Farls.
No?
No. Let me see the stick
like?
here. I'll show you what I want. I'm more of the mastermind in this area when it comes to setting up the blitzes. I know Farls here. He's got some good stuff. But, you know, one thing that you want to take a look at, I personally am a big fan of, if you're going to send pressure, you want to protect short and leave the deep part of the field open. Because you want to force the heavy pressure on your opponent, and then what they're going to do is they're going to have to get the ball out quick. And if they get the ball out quick, you need defenders underneath to be able to stop them and not allow them to get yak yards. So something that we'll show you here, this is a simple 4-3 over plus blitz. What I'm doing here, now my blitz is set up, and what I'm going to do here is you can't throw deep on me. But the protection is great downfield, and then I am going to have to come down on you to stop anything underneath. Another option that I like a lot of the times too is any type of cover 2 style blitz. So in this example, I'm in the cover 2 sink, and if I want to change it to the cover 2 stock, now what you're going to see here is you're going to have to get the ball out very quick. Both flats are covered.
Because what most people, if they're a beginner, we got a new guy, Cayenne Pepper just signed up, he's probably saying, well, you could just throw deep against this blitz because, you know, I don't have that many deep zones. But at the same time, if I wait and try and throw to X and B are both going to get bumped. That's going to delay them. If I try and wait until throw downfield now to B, I'm squashed in the pocket.
Right.
So I agree with you there. People, and I've seen the question, what do I call on 4th down? Well, it's the same thing you call on 3rd down. If it's a long down situation, you need to bring heavy pressure so that they throw the ball fast. And some adjustments that help with that are, you know, maybe only setting it one side, dropping some guys before the snap. I like to play, so if I'm going to play a flat zone, I would rather play a purple because I want it to drop back a little bit to kind of give them, hey, throw it down here, and then I come up and make the tackle. So that's an adjustment I make before the snap with the zone blitz. I put any flats into purples. I know Gibbs just said he likes to play with flat zones because he wants where people are going to throw short to be covered. I personally like to kind of say, hey, it's 3rd and 12. You can throw it to the flat, but my purple zone's going to then run down and tackle you after 4 yards, and then it's going to be 4th and 9. So I'm okay with that as well.
Let's move the ball back for me, Farls.
Okay.
Let's do an experiment here on National Live Internet. So we had someone in the chat that said, hey, you can just throw it deep against that defense. I'm going to tell you can't. And that's the whole point, is that we're going to be able to protect the short part of the field, but we are also going to have solid coverage deep. We're setting heavy pressure. So if Farls here just tries to throw a streak downfield to any one of his receivers, I'm going to have good coverage, and you're going to get, number one, I want you to try and get the ball off next time.
Okay.
Please, next time. And number two, I don't think you're going to be able to beat my deep coverage downfield, even though I'm set up with hook zones to stop anything short. So here's the challenge. There it is, deep. Uh-oh, Mr. Cremard, and you caught it? No, I caught it. False.
Trick question.
Trick question. Boop. And lost your luggage. So that's what we're telling you guys, all you new guys, what we're telling you is that you want to be able to send heavy pressure at your opponent, but be able to maintain coverage in the short area of the field and also coverage in the deep part of the field. And that's the base of how we play defense. We are aggressive. We send it at you.
Do you press when you call a zone blitz?
Never.
I don't press out of zone.
Not anymore.
I don't press out of zone. I used to last year. I'll press out of man sometimes, but I don't press out of zone because all it's going to do is make the deep zones come up and be more susceptible to being burnt. Somebody asked, what if they call a screen pass? Well,
do you have a screens formation?
I'll find a screen. Screens.
I got an adjustment for it.
Screens are
I got an adjustment.
sometimes they don't really freak me out like it used to because bad people are going to call screen passes, in my opinion.
Right.
And once you know that the formation has a screen, it's something you're always looking for. It's super easy to tell because the linemen are going to pull. So when you're looking right at the snap to see if your pressure gets in, if too many guys get in, you say something's up. It's a screen. So then you user it and you kind of just get outside.
So if I were to know a screen's coming, what I do is I place a flat zone on the side of the screen, and I see the screen, I just get real aggressive. I get real aggressive on the screen, and I attack the screen.
Because nobody would call a screen on 3rd and 2. They're going to call it on 3rd and 8 when they need yardage.
But the other part too, guys, is this. If someone's calling a screen, where do they want to go with the ball? Can anyone in the chat, hands up? Hands up, yes, you. Yes, Dan. Dan 12 Regan, yes, you. Where do they want to go with the ball? They want to go to the screen. So what's your number one priority? Don't let them beat you with the screen. So take your user defender. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, snapping the ball. Okay, go. Oh, screen. Attack it. Attack the screen. Don't be afraid to leave other parts of the field open if you see a screen.
And because here's why, right? So as soon as I see that they play the screen, me throwing the screen, I don't want to throw the screen right now. Right now that I see his linebacker go there, I just don't really want to be a part of that screen pass because it's too risky. It's too much potential that he could maybe force a turnover. I got to look at the line. It's dangerous. The other thing I'll say is, say I go to throw the screen. If you set up a heavy blitz, last part about a screen, that's a bummer. This Hawkins route is a great route. There's no denying that Hawkins route is a good route. The question is, with only 2 guys blocking in a huge thing, I got to roll away from pressure.
Pick.
I can't do much. I can't throw that route like I want to. I would just call that without a screen blocking. So that's something you got to consider when you're zone blitzing. Good question there, though, and a good way to build on that tip with questions from the chat, guys. Remember, if you guys are into this, let people know that we're watching on Twitter. Let people know where you're at. You're on Twitch TV/MaddenTips. Have them come join the party. I know it's tough to tell your friends to come watch MaddenTips with you because you don't want them to get better than you, but
that's the ultimate dilemma, isn't it?
It's kind of fun, though, if they're hanging out in the chat with us talking.